Okay, I'm lucky enough to be joined by Suzanne Wells, whose daughter Abby has been with us for 4 weeks now. Suzanne, could you tell me a little bit about what made you choose this program? So you're at home in the States and you're looking for something for Abby to do for 4 weeks. How do you go about deciding between all these courses?
Right. Well, she had in mind Oxford, and so we were specifically looking at Oxford programs, and literally found this program, Oxford Summer Academy, on the internet.
Yeah.
And in looking at all of them, some of the big programs with lots and lots of kids,
Yeah.
wasn't that appealing to us because we were looking for that academic experience that she's gotten here with a smaller group of people. So I did a lot of asking around about Oxford Summer Academy.
Yeah.
And school counselors and that kind of thing. And it wasn't as well known, but in all my interactions with Genevieve, she was so professional and prompt, and the program seemed to be so well organized that I was impressed.
Yeah.
And then, to be perfectly frank, I have a friend whose nephew is here in Oxford, had his graduate degree from here.
Yeah.
So I sent him around.
Okay.
Looking and investigating, and I just felt like this would be a good fit for Abby, and especially when we saw the course list, it looked so much more in depth than a lot of the other big Oxford high school programs, which seemed to be more just travel with a little bit of classroom on the side. This seemed to be more classroom and culture. So I really liked the major, minor, elective as well.
Okay.
That combination, that Abby would do something other than just the literature courses that she wanted to take.
Yeah, I mean, quite unusually, Abby has done exclusively literature courses with a little bit of public speaking.
Right.
For 4 weeks, so she's done every literature course we offer.
Right.
How has she found that? I mean, presumably she's been feeding things back to you.
Yes, we've had good flow of information back and forth, and that's been something that's been nice, is that she wasn't restricted in any way from electronic communication. That was great.
Yeah.
And good internet connections in the dorm as well as the classroom and around Oxford. That made me feel better right away, just knowing that I was going to be able to hear from her if there was a problem or anything, which there wasn't. But she's loved her courses, loved them. We've gotten papers over the internet and pictures of the feedback sheets, and then Genevieve sent us the feedback from the courses overall at the end of the 2 weeks.
Yeah, so the tutors write reports, and we've returned those to you already, which is great.
Right.
Just going back to the application process, obviously I think a lot of parents will be interested in that. How do you go about applying for this course? Is it quite a straightforward exercise? Or?
It was.
Yeah.
It was, and it was a very quick response, which was just wonderful. And I have to go back to the numbers. I loved the fact that you had a smaller number of students in each class. I just knew that there was going to be some depth there, as well as the camaraderie. My daughter meeting students from all over Europe, and as well as from places in the States.
Yeah.
So, but the application was quite easy. Abby pretty much did all of that on her own. And then everything was so straightforward with the communication with Genevieve was just wonderful, and gave me a lot of confidence in the program and the way it was run.
Excellent. Obviously, you're sending your daughter halfway across the world for 4 weeks. Was there anything that concerned you back at home before she arrived, or even while she was here?
Yes. So this is a small thing, but one of my big concerns was not knowing how many Americans would be here, and thinking perhaps that Abby would be in a group with primarily European, British and European kids. And in the States, our drinking age is quite a lot older than it is here. And so that was actually one of my kind of big concerns, that, Abby might be with kids who were comfortable, ordering in the pub and all of that, and then she isn't used to that.
Yeah, of course.
So And so I was really relieved to hear from Abby right away that there was no drinking among the students, and that you were the rules, if you will,
indeed, yeah,
seemed to be very well guided and well communicated and adhered to by the kids. So all that we heard from Abby was, you know, she felt comfortable, she felt safe, she felt she could just be herself and not be the American kid trying to fit in with the European kids. And as it turned out, she had an American roommate for her first term.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of kids from the States. But that was a concern that I had, just knowing that European teenagers grow up a little more relaxed about that than Americans.
Yeah, I think that is. I mean, about half our intake every year is from the States. So that is a concern that I can understand. Was there anything during the application process? I mean, you've mentioned the prompt responses from Jen. What kind of information do you get in advance from us?
Everything. I asked all kinds of questions, and nothing seemed to be a dumb question to Jen. She was very accommodating and helpful, giving me prompt and great information, right down to, you know, how to get the bus from the airport to Oxford, which turned out to be extremely easy. And all of that travel, you know, potentially Abby would have been doing that on her own.
Yes.
As it turns out, I came with her and we've done some traveling, but while she's been here, but all of that was handled really well. So.
Excellent. So we got you here, and then you arrived at St Edmund Hall on the Sunday. And
right.
First impressions?
Excellent. We met Abby's primary tutor right away, and met you.
Yes.
That first, the minute we walked in, and everything just went smoothly. I could tell it was going to be a great program. I enjoyed the other parents.
Yes. So obviously all parents are welcome to the dinner, so there were quite a few hung around for that.
Yes, there were. And we enjoy meeting people from all over the world and getting to know other cultures and so I had a lovely dinner, that welcome dinner, speaking with a woman who brought her youngest sister from Greece.
Yes.
And that was fascinating. She was talking about all of the situation in Greece that they've experienced. Yeah, just I could tell Abby was going to have those experiences for the whole month.
Absolutely, lucky her. Yes,
Yeah.
And since she's arrived, she, like you say, she's been feeding things back to you. Everything's gone
just wonderful. I mean, I've not had a single complaint. Today, just a few hours ago, she told me she was crying as she was packing.
Really?
Because she doesn't want to leave.
We don't want her to leave either, yeah.
She loves it. And so it's been a great experience. Socially, she's had a fun time. And culturally, getting to know people from all over the world. But can I go to academics for just a minute?
Absolutely.
Because something very interesting has happened as she's been sending us her papers and all of that. And English literature is my background as well. So I read a paper of Abby's on the plane on the way over here.
Okay.
It was a paper she finished up in her spring term and May, and I just never got around to reading it.
Right.
So I was reading it, and I didn't say a whole lot that was negative about it. There were great insights in the paper, good observations, but there was not a interpretation or an articulation of what those observations amounted to or what they meant. It was a paper about a short story.
Right.
Great observation, keen insight, and all of that into the details of the story. But there wasn't a putting together of what all those observations said about the story or the author.
Yeah.
And she's just sent us yesterday a paper on T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland.
Yes.
That did all of that great observation and then made the shift to synthesizing it and drawing conclusions and forming an argument
Yeah.
about the literature, and I am beyond thrilled because in 1 month
Yeah.
that's a huge gap, a huge bridge that she's made to a really sophisticated, I think, college level, at least in the States, university or college level type work.
Yeah, and that's definitely what we encourage here, and it's fantastic that that's happened for her.
Yeah, and that I could see it, you know, and almost the bookends of her month, you know, reading it on the plane on the way over, the paper she did for her school in the States, and then reading the paper that she's done for Antonia. So
Transformative then.
yes,
absolutely.
very, very much so, and great for her development.
Yeah.
As
that's
a student.
absolutely. I mean, yeah, we're not just trying to shovel feed them information. It's all about their development as well, and it's fantastic to hear that all of our ethos and our objectives have been met in Abby's experiences with us.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful experience.
Well, thank you very much for saying so. Thank you for your feedback. It's really appreciated, and please come back and see us again.
All right, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.